Hey guys, it's Seattle Yu-Gi-Oh! And I got a Spiral deck profile for you. I feel like this deck is highly underrated right now, mostly because no one's really prepared for it. Ghost Reapers is really not a card you see cited as much, and when it is, usually people are just citing ABC Buster and Electromite. So I feel like this deck has a ton of potential, especially with just the downfall of its popularity. The list is kind of standard, but I'll just kind of go into what I got. So right now I think this is the most optimal build. 3 Super Agent. I mean, a lot of this stuff doesn't really need that much explanation. The deck was obviously tier 0 for format, so I'll just explain kind of the new stuff. 3 Tough. This card is a 3 of for sure. Definitely could use some supers off the new OP7. It's probably one of the only good supers that came out of that set. Still just the one sleeper. It's recyclable with the trap. And yeah, this card is still game. This card can still just lock people out, and it gains so much advantage so fast that I feel like if you make an early sleeper board, you're probably going to win that game like 90% of the time. One master plan. Just you gotta hope that you don't draw it. One quick fix, and then one drone, one last resort. I'm playing 3 Ash and also 3 Ogre. These cards are actually combo pieces in this deck because of the way I built it. You're going to be normal summoning these a lot more than you'd be used to. It's also good to note that Ghost Ogre works on field. I feel like a lot of people forget about that. 1 Destrudo. Yeah, it's nice and shiny. This thing's actually insane. Destrudo and Ancient Fairy Dragon, it's kind of just unfair. There's a reason why Japan doesn't have Ancient Fairy Dragon. It's because of this card. Supreme King, yeah, Dark Worm. This is just to combo off with the Destrudo and the hand traps. It's how you make Ancient Fairy. And I'll show you guys the combo. It's pretty simple. Bunch of like just the best broken one of spells right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Foolish Burial, Soul Charge, 1 for 1. You have your drone and quick fix targets. It's pretty good. Reborn, Rhoda, multiple targets. Triple Dragon Ravine. Okay, so this is the Emerald Khan's build. Basically, the idea is that a lot of the stuff you draw is better off in Grave, and going into Ancient Fairy Dragon to grab the resort is kind of a new win condition. This card plus pretty much anything else can get you Ancient Fairy. So, plus if you have to open one of the 6 hand traps. Triple Terraforming. You want to see Ravine turn 1. That's basically the combo. 1 Resort. You do not want to play this, or sorry, you want to play it. You just don't want to search it. Obviously, there's going to be situations where you have to, but you clearly rather resolve it with the Double Helix combo. That's the only real reason I'm not playing Set Rotation. Otherwise, usually if I play a deck that has 4 field spells, I'm playing Set Rotation as just default. 2 Big Red. It's highly searchable. It's not really like the biggest engine card. Like obviously it works. That's just why it's not maxed out at 3. Called by the Grave. So this card is kind of what attracted me back to the deck. I realized that the only time I was ever really losing was when, if I opened the combo and they Ashed or Ogred my Double Helix, it really put a hinder to this whole deck strategy. This card lets you play through that turn 1. This card potentially would be a 3 of. Right now I'm just testing it at 2 and it seems to be working. You really don't want to see more than 1. I know the odds are, very marginal for opening both if you run 3, but the way it is right now, it is not an engine card. It's just kind of nice if you have it. So for right now, it's a 2 of, but that could easily change. 2 Rescue. These cards, they're really good in the grind game. You don't need to pitch it off Ravine to get more advantage off this card. Although if you do pitch off Ravine, there's pretty cool plays you can do, especially revolving reborning the master plan and going into some of the higher link monsters. 1 Judgment and 2 Strike. I feel like these cards are still super good right now, especially with 60 card grass and Trick Stars. If Trick Stars don't open the field spell and you have Strike, they pretty much just lose. And Judgment also is here to stop the evenly matched game one, if for some reason they're main decking it, which, yeah, people do. All right, so I'll go through the extra deck first. 2 double helix. These are just the Imperium dual sleeves, that's why they look kind of weird. But 2 of these, yeah, 3's too many, 1's not enough, so basically 2. Big guys, you got Saryuja, Borreload, which in my opinion, these are staples. Borreload's for sure a staple. Saryuja, if your deck can make it, you should run it. There's not really much else to say about that. Firewall's amazing. This deck can link out monsters like crazy, like you guys have seen. Especially Firewall bouncing stuff from your grave back to your hand to go for push for damage in a turn is really amazing. 1 decode. You obviously need it when you tutor out Master Plan, and then you just make this, and then you search. Yeah, and he's big. 1 proxy dragon. You need it for link climbing. It's generic, so not much more to say about that. Underclock Taker. This card is actually probably, other than Double Helix, the most important link monster in the deck, because this was what helped you open that combo, which I'll show you guys. 1 Ib. There's a combo that you can do with this card, Galaxy Tomahawk, and Ib just helps add extra protection. 1 Galaxy Tomahawk, and sorry, I kind of jumped. Let me just finish the Link monsters. So 1 Link Spider, it's for the Galaxy Tomahawk, and 1 Link Karibo. Link Karibo is amazing. If you just open Quick Fix, you can go Quick Fix, search Big Red, make Link Karibo, and then Big Red back the Quick Fix, get an additional search for usually you're gonna for the drone. And usually a Link Karibo with a big redded Quick Fix will last a turn, and then you just summon drone, use the effect, and then go off from there. Yeah, that's kind of the main reason for Link Karibo. Also, like, it's just pretty generic, so get your level 1s off the board. Galaxy Tomahawk, this is mostly for when you go Ancient Fairy and Master Plan. You can overlay for this and then just make nutty boards. It's basically like Scapegoat on your turn. Additionally, you can go Soul Charge and then you can get back the Destrudo as a level 7 and do it that way. Princess Sprite, this card's not great, but it allows you to not banish your Quick Fix when you revive it with its effect. So pretty good in that sense. 1 Black Rose, this card catches people off guard. So, I mean, you can make it really easily with the Destrudo or the Hand Trap combo. Yeah, this card is definitely worth running. Also, keep in mind, this is actually a plant. So you do play a plant for the second effect, if that were ever to come up, which actually did for me once. It was kind of interesting. I never thought I'd be using the Black Rose second effect in a Spiral deck. And then the last is Ancient Fairy. This card is basically the new engine, the new combo. You need this card. Yeah, and it's pretty good. Special summons, 3,000 defense, gain life. What more can you ask? Lastly, I got the side deck. So right now it's the middle of April. We're probably waiting on a ban list like to drop any minute now. But 2 Anti-Spell, this is for your Pendulum matchup. I didn't want to allocate too many cards to the Pendulum matchup because I feel like you already inherently have an amazing matchup. This is also good for Draco, which in my opinion, this is more for Draco than Pendulum anyways. Also, this is good against 60 card. To be honest, Anti-Spell is probably the best Floodgate opening turn 1 against just the entire meta. I really think this card should just get straight up banned. I don't feel like it's fair. There's definitely games I've played where game 1, if you or game 2, you go first, you flip this, they lose. Game 3, you go second, they flip this, and then you lose. Yeah, so that's my opinion on that card. Macrocosmos. So this deck, once it gets set up, it doesn't really need the grave that much. 60 card will always need the grave, and True Draco really needs the grave. They can't get their pieces banished. They can't break your boards. This card is nuts. So if you go first, this is a really good first side deck card against certain decks. Double Rivalry. This card is the actual nuts against 60 card. You flip this, like no matter where you're at in the duel, you'll pretty much win. Because if you just put like a tough on board with this, they don't really have anything to out that. other than like they can go snow and then book it and then attack, but the next turn you can just follow it up with another summon, and they can't like make Tornado Dragon to out this. Basically, the only out to this card that they're going to have is going to be Twin Twister, which if you have Solemn Judgment in this, like you pretty much won. 3 evenly, it's good against a bunch of matchups. Not much to say, even this deck, but yeah, evenly matched. I feel like it's for sure a 3 even the side. Triple Barrier. This is for Pendulum. This is also for Invoked and ABC. I feel like it hits all those 3 matchups, which are potentially problematic, and it really stops them. I think Invoked is actually amazing against Spyral because you need your combo to work, and if they just kind of stop it, like your Call by the Graves aren't going to work against Makaba. So I mean, this is like one of your best outs. This and the strikes. Gamesteal, just the one of, yeah, it outs problematic monsters. You're playing a 40 card deck, so you're probably going to see it decent amount, especially if you're playing a grind game. And then triple Twin Twister. This deck loses to strike, and a lot of the stuff in your hand is just better off in grave. I wouldn't say it's a combo extender, but it opens combos.